Hello and welcome back to 365 Days with mxmtoon, but with a twist. I'm Maya, a singer, songwriter, video maker, and Oakland native. I'm also a huge fan of history. I love untold stories, gross facts, hidden secrets, anything weird, dark, and funky from the past. This month, we have some very special episodes. Each week, one of my friends will be taking over the podcast to share their favorite deep cuts with you. This week's host is Ricky Montgomery, who you may recognize from songs like Mr. Loverman or Line Without a Hook. So Ricky, take it away.
It's 365 with
Ricky Montgomery.
new facts every day, so don't leave too soon. I'm gonna teach you stuff, no it won't be tough. Gonna go a year till you've had enough. It's 365.
Ricky Montgomery.
Today in 2011, a painting by Zhang Xiaogang sold for 79 million Hong Kong dollars at auction, or roughly $10 million in USD. That's significant because it was a record-breaking auction price. It was the highest price ever paid for a piece of Chinese contemporary art. The previous record for a piece of Chinese contemporary art was $75 million, again in Hong Kong dollars. That time it was by Zhang Xiaogang's Canvas Mask Series 1996 number 6 in 2008. The work, entitled Forever Lasting Love, was painted in 1988. It's 3 paintings that go together, otherwise known as a triptych, and each panel shows different half-nude figures in varying positions of prayer. There's a desert landscape behind them, and various religious symbols are depicted as well. The buyer was kept secret by Sotheby's. The painting's sale price at auction doubled the pre-auction estimated price. The sale marked a recovery for the Chinese art market after serious trouble during the 2008 financial crisis. At this particular auction, the owner of Forever Lasting Love sold it along with 105 other paintings. His name was Baron Guy Ohlins. He had collected the work for decades and recently retired from his lucrative career as a business tycoon. The auction took place at Sotheby's Hong Kong, which is the 3rd largest location for art auctions after New York and then London, as well as for other luxuries like wine and watches. Altogether, Olin's painting sold for $427 million. It was a huge part of his Chinese art collection that he'd been amassing for a huge part of his life. Considered an early adopter to the burgeoning Chinese contemporary art market, Ohlins made a point of telling reporters that he had not lost his love and interest in Chinese art, that the sale was meant to get a new generation interested in the incredible collections of works he'd amassed and the artists who'd created them. The head of contemporary Asian art at Sotheby's called the painting a monumental museum-quality work from a defining period of Chinese avant-garde. The return of the prominence of avant-garde work marked a change from recent years when Chinese imperial ceramics and classic paintings took precedent in the art market. Forever Lasting Love was exhibited at the China Avant-Garde exhibit at the National Art Gallery in Beijing in 1989. The style he painted it in, described as modernist lyricism, meaning that the art seems to depict a poetry of the artist's mind. Critics believe that Forever Lasting Love encapsulates the search for life and meaning in the pursuit of artistic excellence. The artist himself said that he was reading a lot of Eastern philosophy at the time he was working on the series and was learning about mysticism and surrealism. This inspired the painting as well as the timeless dichotomy of life and death. It was the artist's first professional triptych. Xiaogang went on to become one of the main members of the Southwestern Art Group. As a whole, the group focused on depicting the mental landscape in the sense of an inner life force. Zhang Xiaogang was born in 1958 in Kunming, the 3rd of 4 brothers. His mother taught him to draw as a way to keep him distracted from troublemaking with his brothers. Zhang's pastime grew into a passion, and as he grew up, he got more and more serious about art. He came of age during the Cultural Revolution, which he says had a huge impact on his artistic output. He went to college for fine arts and studied oil painting. When he was denied a teaching post after graduation, he became depressed for several years. He worked in construction and as the arts director for a dance troupe. His depression led to alcoholism, for which he was hospitalized in 1984. That period of darkness led him back to creating paintings, and the resultant series, The Ghost Between Black and White, helped him re-enter the art world. He joined a new wave movement in the arts, and his professional career as a painter began to blossom. That's around when he helped to form the Southwestern Art Group, and together those painters created self-funded exhibitions that didn't rely on institutional support. Looking at his other work beyond For Everlasting Love, he's an incredibly prodigious painter with works in many styles. He's painted monochromatic canvases, stylized portraits of well-known Chinese figures, surrealist family portraits, and the paintings of strange-colored babies. Xiaogang has had a super interesting career, and it's amazing that all of his hard work was rewarded in this record-breaking auction. Here's to the future of Chinese contemporary art. Okay, now let's talk about music. Today, in 2019, Vampire Weekend released 2 singles, This Life and Unbearably White, from their album Father of the Bride. The songs focus on uncertainty and suffering in the face of a changing world, an introspective turn for Vampire Weekend. The songs were written by lead singer Ezra Koenig, with the help of Mark Ronson, Isla McConan, and more. This Life was immediately met with critical acclaim and cited as some of the band's best work. Thanks for going back in time with me, and remember to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Come back tomorrow for more stories from the past.
It's 365 with
Ricky Montgomery.
new facts every day, so don't leave too soon. I'm gonna teach you stuff, no it won't be tough. Gonna go a year till you've had enough. It's 365.
Ricky Montgomery.